It is official, guys. Manchester United are willing to sell Kobbie Mainoo in January if the price is right. And there couldn't be any report that makes me sadder. Today, tomorrow, next week, there isn't any report regarding Manchester United that can make me sadder than this report. And this is my letter to Kobbie Mainoo. Please do not leave the football club. And more importantly, please do not leave Manchester United on a permanent transfer. If you are going to leave, and there's many reasons or some reasons why I understand, not even some, there's one reason why I understand why you might want to leave at this moment. And we will talk about that later. But if you are going to do that, please leave on loan. Please. You are meant to be a Manchester United player. You are meant to be a Manchester United legend. You have this potential to be that. And I still believe, even though you're going through the roughest patch you've probably ever been through, post, in your professional career. I don't know your life, Kobbie, but in your professional Manchester United career, I can imagine this is the toughest period you're going through. And I do empathize. But football is fickle. Football is fickle. Things change away around. Sorry, I can't even speak. Things change very quickly in football. People that are out of favor become in favor. People are in favor become out of favor. I was talking about this type of thing with the Mo Salah Arnie Slot saga. And patience is so key here. Patience is so key here. You're 20 years of age. You're 20 years of age. And honestly, if we go back to the early 2000s, you know, 20 years old, those players won't even be, they wouldn't be expected to be the first team players, you know, week in, week out. Of course, football has changed. Of course, this Manchester United team is in disarray. So how can you not get into this team? I totally agree. I totally agree. But I just want to say that, listen, AFCON is here and Burmo is off. Ahmad is off. Mazraoui, that doesn't really affect much in your position. But I do believe there is a world. Hopefully Amarim does wake up in this period before we even get to January and throughout January, that you are integral part of this team, that you can prove Amarim your worth in this team, in this first team. Because I can imagine Bruno Fernandes moving up to the 10 and there being space for you in that midfield. Of course, it's a harder ask in a two-man midfield, and I know you're better in a three-man midfield because, you know, the luxury type of things you do, you need freedom to be able to do that stuff. And in this two-man midfield, in Amarim's system, you don't have as much as that, as much of that. But I need you to just get in the lab, get stronger, get quicker, and meet the demands of what Amram wants in this midfield too. You will be a better player for it, even though I don't agree with him. Even though I don't agree with Amram, if you work towards what Amram wants, you will become a better player alongside all of the natural technical gifted ability that you have. And we've seen that. We've seen that. I think to the last minute goal against Wolves, where you're jinky majinky, you're doing jinky majinky through these players and a beautiful finish. The FA Cup final winning goal. You did that for me. And the celebration, everything, like, I'm thinking this guy is going to be at my club for 10 years. 10 years, 15 years. Never in a million years would I think we would be in this position here today. We even want to talk about the Euro 2024 campaign. Gareth Southgate was being very stubborn, similar to Amarin, very stubborn. You've seen Amarin tweak a bit against Bournemouth, going to 4-4-4-3-3, sorry, going to four at the back, putting a three in midfield. Maybe Amarin can do the same as Southgate was being stubborn before, being rigid with Henderson and Rice, I believe it was, or Calvin Phillips, it even was, and Henderson and these guys. And then he saw the light. He included you in the team, and look at the effect you made. You were patient then. I'm pleading you to be more patient than you even need to be. I'm pleading you to be as patient as you can be, because I believe you are gonna be a star for Manchester United. I can imagine you being the best player at Manchester United for years and years and years. I really do see that. You started the Euro 2024 final, and I do understand that when you've reached those heights, to have a manager that doesn't believe in you the way he hasn't believed in you so far, it must be gut wrenching. It must be gut wrenching. I can only imagine. But please, Kobbie, I know this is the club you support. You know, you're a local lad. I'm not, you are, but you're a local lad. You're Carrington. You are Carrington. Rashford's left. Garnacho's left. You can't leave. I'm begging you, especially on a permanent. I envision you to do everything Pogba was meant to do. And not to say Pogba was bad at United, that's a misconception. Pogba was very good at United. His injuries were his concern. But and yes, maybe you don't have the long range passing of Paul Pogba. However, everything else, I can envision you becoming. I can envision you being stronger and having that same Pogba now, the way he moves on the ball, the way he pushes past people. You have the same technical dribbling as Pogba. You can be everything he was meant to be at this club. You really, really can. You really can. And guys, man, guys, I don't want this guy to leave the club, man. I don't want this guy to leave the club. I promise you, you could say to me, sell anybody else at Manchester United, I'll pick them ahead of selling Kobbie Mainoo. I swear to you. I swear to you. Please. And listen, it's not all roses and daisies. It's not as simple as this, because there is another side to things. And I understand why you want to leave. I understand why you're having these thoughts that you want to leave. World Cup 2026 is on the horizon. You want to be on that plane. You want to be part of that squad after you were such an integral part of the England Euro 2024 squad. I understand. I know you're seeing the Elliot Andersons, the Adam Whartons go ahead of you in the pecking order in the England setup. I know you're seeing that. I know that's making you, it's filling you with anger. How have these guys leapfrogged me? And no diss to them, they're quality players. But where they have similar attributes to you as well, Kobbie, I can only imagine that you're thinking, I need to leave Manchester United to get onto that plane. To get onto that plane to America, Mexico, Canada, wherever it's going to be. I can only imagine that is your thought process. I do understand. However, I do believe you lock in this December when you get your chances. The same way you proved your worth, you showed your talent in that Bournemouth game. I want you to do the same. I believe you're going to get some chances whilst these guys are off at AFCON. I really do. And granted, I'm not going to be surprised if Amarim still plays Cunha, Mount, and still plays Bruno and Casemiro in the midfield, and there's still no place for you. But I believe there's definitely going to be more game time. I need you to show this brother he's wrong. Show Ruben Amorim he's wrong. Please, please. And I also want to highlight Kobbie. You haven't always done the best things on your side. What you did around a year ago, asking for 180 bags or whatever it was a week, I didn't like that. I don't think many United fans like that. Because at the end of the day, yes, you was on top of the world, first team in the England final and stuff like this, but you know the difficulties Manchester United was going through. And you shouldn't have asked for that much money, especially after Amad Diallo, who was our star boy that season, just signed a contract for I think 115 bags, way less. And you went to ask for 180 bags at the age of 19. At the age of 19, that's what you did. And I'm starting to think, is there a conspiracy here? Because you did that, do the board want to settle you down, humble you? Did they have a private chat with Amram? Now I'm going on my conspiracy theories, guys, all right? Did they have a private chat with Amarim and say, you need to settle this boy down so he knows not to ask for that type of money anytime soon? So it hasn't always, that's the one criticism I have of you, Kobbie. Only the one, because I don't think you should have done that. Ask for 120. I think you can get that with the star boy that you are. Ask for 100. You know, if Ahmad just got 115, you ask for 100. Don't ask for nearly 200 bags, 200 bags. Come on, man. Come on, man. And I don't know whether this has had a knock-on effect. I don't know. And finally, I made a video about your brother and how pissed off I was at him for wearing that T-shirt at the Bournemouth game. Now I'm seeing reports that you knew about this and you second this stunt. And listen, you were young, you were 20 years of age. I really hope that's not true. I really hope you were none the wiser. I really do hope that. But if you knew about that, if you gave your brother the okay to wear that T-shirt to the stadium, that's so poor from you, and I'm hugely disappointed. And listen, you don't have to care about what I think, but I'm just saying it from someone that genuinely wants the best for you. I want the best for you. I want the best for you because that's the best for Manchester United. And that's a fact. And by the way, who's Darden again, this brother? You're still not off the hook. Even if Kobbie gave you the okay, you're meant to tell him, no, that is not good for you. If I wear something like that, I know you probably, I mean, I'm just assuming, but I can assume that you probably came to him with the idea, clown. But even if it was Kobbie's idea, let's say, in a theoretical world, you as his big bro are meant to tell him, no, bro, that is not going to do any good for you. Let's keep it calm. Just focus, if you get any minutes, to focus on putting in a good performance. Even if you want a transfer, focus on getting on the pitch, playing well, and showing people what you can do. So who's Jordan again? You're not off the hook, bro. Don't think I'm backtracking on the corn for you. You deserve all the corn. Clown ass guy, man. But I conclude. Kobbie Mainoo. And listen, actually, before the conclusion, Manchester United said their stance is they don't want to sell Kobbie Mainoo. Their stance is they don't even want to send you on loan. So I hope that happens. At the same time, I do want the best for you, Kobbie. And I do want you on that plane to America in the summer for the World Cup. I do. So if you do need to leave this football club, Manchester United, I'm begging of you to leave on loan. Return to Manchester United afterwards and prove this Ruben Amorim guy, if he's still here, by the way, might not be here. And if he's not here, happy days for you. You can return to Manchester United and do what you do best. But if he is here, go on loan, get on that plane, come back, show him in America what you can do. But outside of that, come back and prove Ruben Amorim wrong. Kobbie Mainoo, please do not leave Manchester United. Like, comment, share, subscribe, guys. I'll see you on the next one.